The plot thickens. May 20, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. It seems like every day more twists and turns surface, especially recent history looks like a stockpot full of spaghetti. You will recall that the gold FDR illegally confiscated from Americans by pretending we were all magically transformed into citizens of the United States, and which his administration used to secure the bankruptcy of the Roman Catholic Church's Delaware corporation doing business as the United States of America, Inc. Back in 1933, all that gold was eventually released when the bankruptcy was settled in November 1999. We went looking for it, and found that a portion of it was released to the World Bank, IBRD, as abandoned assets. Where was all the rest? Our gold and silver reserves and historical trust assets, our public property deeds, for example? The United States Navy collected the property left over from the bankruptcy of the Territorial Corporation DBA, United States of America, Inc., but not the gold FDR put up as security for the bankruptcy, and they handed everything else over to Slick Willie Clinton, thinking that he was our president and that they were returning our property to us and to something they called the Republic. Well, as we actual Americans know, there are 50 Republican states and no republic at all associated with us, so obviously, what the United States Navy did, was to hand over our stuff to the municipal civil government of Washington, D.C., by mistake. Slick Willie accepted delivery, signed for it, except the portion of gold which the Navy claims it didn't know about and didn't recover, and the assets, together with the Navy contract delivering it, disappeared. More magic. So when we bore down on the Navy about the rotten patents scandal and about their failure to perform with respect to the 1933 bankruptcy settlement, they started digging in an effort to exonerate themselves, and they discovered that Clinton, just as we told them, had no authority related to us, and that they had been snookered into delivering our assets to a crook with no authority to receive our assets. After all, the United States Navy didn't know how to find us, and Clinton didn't tell them the severe limits of his actual office. It would be like FedEx showing up with 1,000 truckloads of gold addressed to your long-lost landlord, Eddie Schumacher, and you just took the shipment in his name, without telling anybody. So now we know where Clinton got all the extra gold and other assets, deeds, and titles, that he was busy selling to every Tom, Dick, and Sheikh Abdullah. It was our property he was selling and using to buy votes, peddle political influence, invest in Skaggy Arms deals, poppy fields, all of it. This is how he was able to sell our highways, bridges, dams, public buildings, and this scam didn't even have to involve the Clinton Foundation, though it probably did. Nothing beats dumb luck, they say, and Clinton's luck has served him well. At least, until now. The United States Navy is in a fix and dither. How is it that their good and honorable name was used to concoct a municipal corporation doing business as the U.S. Navy and used to apply for and receive patents to weapons of mass destruction that they never even heard about? How did innocent Anna Maria, a grandma in Big Lake, Alaska, wind up portrayed and misidentified by the IRS as Anna Maria, manager of a rum distillery in Barbados? The same shtick was applied to the United States Navy. Let that one sink in. Believe me, the admirals both front and rear are scrambling around. No mistake that it was a naval operations audit team that got blown up at the Pentagon on 9/11. It was our scumbag buddies at Department of Defense again, pulling another little identity theft scheme just like they've been pulling on us clueless Americans, only this time, they pulled this same crapola on the territorial United States Navy. When the Navy started to investigate at the Pentagon, when they got too close to the truth, yes, well, conveniently, it just happened to be their auditors who took the hit. And of course, the whole project got scrapped in the aftermath of that. This is all municipal United States wrongdoing, the plenary government allowed to Congress under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17, running wildly amok, as all oligarchies tend to do. DoD is also the entity responsible for cashiering away our national credit and failing to make it available to the American states and people for mutual offset credit exchange. No American should be paying a mortgage, medical or dental bills, college loans, utility bills, federal income taxes, none of it. That was supposed to be our remedy and payback for backstopping the church's bankruptcy. Instead, the pontiff's flunkies operating the municipal United States government came in and assigned our assets, under color of law, to a giant slush fund, which the Department of Defense then used to fund war for profit, build military bases all over the planet, and carry on every flavor of black ops known to man. There is absolutely no doubt now that we are dealing with criminality and hypocrisy on a scale that is all but unimaginable. About the time that Trump pulls Clinton's toenails, we might get to the bottom of it at last.